Welcome to Mystic Musings with Tobie Hewitt. I'm Tobie Hewitt, and I'm your guide through time and space and all points in between. Mystic Musings will give you insight into who you are, why you are here, how to live an authentic life, and where you fit into the universe around you. Join me on this path of mystical exploration. Welcome to episode 43 of Mystic Musings with Tobie Hewitt. This week, we will examine the idea of releasing and forgiving as we continue our mystic journey. In a world that seems bent on accumulating and holding on to things and people for what seems like dear life, the idea of releasing may seem an alien concept. But when what we are holding on to are ideas, beliefs, and even people that impede our progress toward a peace-filled, centered, and fulfilling life, we need to examine the concept of releasing some of these in order to clear space for positive energy to flow and in which we can thrive. I am greeting the new season with renewed commitment to releasing things from my environment that no longer serve me, are creating a sense of clutter, and are taking up space that would feel better as space. A couple of years ago, I sold my house and got an apartment. At that time, I thought I had done a great job weeding out items I no longer used, needed, or wanted. Now, though, the new space is indicating I can go further, and so I am releasing books I bought, but now know I will never read, and all sorts of decorative items that collect dust, but do not seek my attention. The release creates a sense of relief. It feels as though a weight of some measure has been lifted. Of course, this process will go on for a while, and I am glad to be able to donate to a local thrift shop that supports a very worthy cause. Sometimes it is not things that need to be released, but rather outdated ideas or beliefs. Times change, and what one believed when one was young may not fit into the paradigm of a more mature person. Biases against all manner of things need to be released so that the lightness of accepting the world with an open and unfettered heart and mind can grow in the space formerly filled with negative ideas or beliefs. Especially in the case of those thoughts that categorize and or divide, release is important and may take as much or more work than going through the things that clutter our lives. Then there are people who have outgrown us, or we have outgrown, or maybe simply find to be a source of negativity in our life. Even someone who has been one's dearest friend at one point or another may grow in a different direction, and we can open our minds, hearts, and time to those with whom we might be more compatible. This release can be subtle as a falling off in communication, or as overt as a discussion in which a breaking of a shared path is acknowledged and accepted. The topic of this episode is releasing and forgiving. In the case of things that we held close and now release, we can simply forgive ourselves for holding on to something past its usefulness in our lives, and maybe consider trying to avoid mindless accumulation in the future. We can forgive ourselves for having the ideas and beliefs that we have outgrown. The more we see and hear with the eyes and ears of the heart, the more we will live a life more in tune with a mindful path. And when it comes to releasing people, we need to especially be cognizant of the need to forgive those who we feel have in some way treated us poorly or thoughtlessly. They are living as spirits, having a physical experience that is different than yours, and that can sometimes mean dissonance can arise. Be sure to release these people with a good measure of forgiveness. This can be done in your heart and not spoken if that would cause discomfort on either side. Sending out the thought of release and forgiveness will help the healing on both sides to take root and to grow. This week's exercise is to release at least one or two things that continue in your environment, but to which you no longer feel a connection. Get a box and put these items in it. Keep the box and continue adding to it as you are moved to do so. When the box is full, donate it and feel free from those items. Next week, please join me for episode 44, when we will further examine signs from angels, guides, and loved ones. Thanks for listening to this episode of Mystic Musings. Please join me every week to continue our exploration of all things mystical that can help you have a more practical and magical life. Please visit my website, tobiehewitt.com, for more information and to read my blog postings. And join me also at pathwaystomindfulness.org to learn how you can schedule a presentation. I'm available for mindfulness training, demonstrations of psychic abilities, and individual readings. I also have a number of books on mystical topics on Amazon.com. I look forward to hearing from you and answering your questions. Please contact me through TobieHewitt.com.